Inside the Huddle with Natalie Holbrook from ClaxonSports.com. Sponsored by McWane Ductile.
This is Natalie Holbrook reporting for Claxon Sports on Inside the Huddle. We're taking it back out to Riverview. But today we're going out on the practice field to talk with the band. We'll be talking with the band director, Keith Watson, and we'll also be talking to a few of the Riverview Band seniors. Shout out to McWane Ductile for sponsoring this video. We will have more band interviews coming for Ridgewood, Coshocton, and Newcomerstown. Coming up next, here on Claxon Sports.
We are McWane Ductile, Ohio, and we are right here. As an Iron Strong community partner, we are proud to be involved alongside you, your family, and your neighbors. We create jobs and deeply believe in supporting groups across the community. Through action and philanthropy, we champion those around us because that's who we are. And above all, we help build the infrastructure that brings safe, clean water. Right here, right to you.
This is Natalie Holbrook, and I'm here with two of the Riverview Band seniors. Girls, go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people.
Hi, I'm Marissa Shinneman.
I'm Bree Stevens-Woolery.
And you guys are both seniors. Tell us what you play in the band.
I play alto saxophone.
I play the clarinet.
And how long have you guys been in the Riverview Band?
Oh, I started in 5th grade when everyone else starts.
Okay.
I also started in 5th grade.
And so being in the band for that long, what's something that keeps you going in the band? Like, what's your why?
I just love all the memories and friendships I get to make every year. Stepping into a leadership role, that obviously makes me feel better as a person, and it helps me grow. I also just love music.
I think that it's really rewarding to get better at something like this, and it's just a lot of fun and a lot of good memories.
Absolutely, and I would say something that I've always noticed about the band community is that you guys are always so much fun to be around. Like when I was in high school, I always made it a point to be friends with the people in the band because you guys were always my favorite people to hang out with because you guys are just always so hype. So talking about that, how would you describe kind of the dynamic of you guys, the band as a whole?
I say we're all close with each other. We definitely talk to every single person in this band, like especially because it's a smaller size. But I love that we're able to be close with everyone. Yeah.
I'd say when we spend so much time with each other during the summer, it almost becomes like a big kind of family.
And for your guys' personal growth, how have you seen, like, from the beginning of this season just to now where we're at in this band season, what's something that you've accomplished and worked on?
I think just, honestly, for me, it's just, like, branching out more even, because now that I'm a senior, I'm obviously a big role model for these students and band members, so I'm really just glad I can be a good role model for everyone.
I'd say for me, definitely like stepping into more of a leadership position. I used to kind of just like sit in the back, go along with everything, and now I'm kind of the one helping lead stuff. So. And
as you're helping lead that, I mean, what's that like? Talk about, you know, being an introvert, you know, somebody who's like that, and then being able to help these kids. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it definitely means a lot. I think like my leadership style is I lead by example a lot, and I'm more like work with people one-on-one instead of doing a bunch of stuff in front of the whole group.
Yep, so. Absolutely. Yeah, and those are the people that, you know, some people need that. And like me, I'm a group person. You know, you put me in front of people, that's where I'm gonna work the best. But people need more people like you, so I think that's great.
Thank you.
Yes, and so talking about the instruments that you guys play, what do you think is one of the hardest challenges to play your guys' instrument?
Mine, I would kind of say, is like a lot of the saxes have a hard time like being in tune with each other on certain notes, and you know, just being exact with each other since we're one of the bigger sections.
I'd say the same with that, 'cause the clarinet section's also one of the bigger ones, but as woodwinds, we often have like a lot of more like note runs, so getting those together, and also if we overplay, it squeaks and it's really bad. So
I would definitely want to practice that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, girls. Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck on your senior band season.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more coming up next. We are back here with more of the senior band members from the Riverview Band. Guys, what are your names? Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Zoe Hardesty.
I'm Connor Mercer.
I'm Ashley Wilson.
And what do you guys play in the band?
I play the flute.
I do color guard.
I also do color guard.
Okay, so let's talk about the flute first. We'll go with you. What's your favorite thing about playing the flute?
The challenge on keeping it level and it has really pretty sound.
I would agree with that. All right, what about you guys? Color guard. We haven't talked to anyone in the color guard yet, so give us a little bit of an insight to what you guys do.
I would say trying to keep in one time, everyone trying to be one person, not a whole bunch of different people, and trying to just do each motion at the same time.
Right, yeah. That would definitely be difficult. I mean,
Yes.
I would struggle to do that.
It's hard, but once you get it down and get the hang of it, it's really pretty easy.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you?
I would say that the flag work is probably the hardest part of it. Marching it's pretty easy, but trying to learn all the flag work down as muscle memory is pretty hard. And like Connor said, trying to get it all in time because like Mr. Watson describes it, and I think Miss McCoy and Nikki have too, we have to be a machine, so we all have to work at the same time, do the same thing at the same time.
Absolutely. And, this might be a dumb question, but I just want to know, when you're flinging those flags around, are you ever scared you're going to hit someone? Because I would be terrified.
No.
She's like,
No.
no.
Usually guard isn't that close to people.
Right,
We're not close
right.
enough to hit them, and
Yeah.
when we are, we have flag work that's close to
Right,
us, so
right.
we don't hit them.
That's good.
But as long as we're on our mark, if we are where we're supposed to be and doing what we're supposed to do, and we hit someone, it's not our fault.
It's not your fault. It's their fault.
fault.
Because they weren't in the position they were supposed to be in. Okay, that makes
Unless it's
sense.
Maisie.
Yeah, unless if it's the tuba, then that's a different story.
What's that supposed to mean? There's got to be a story with that. So go ahead. You got to share that.
Probably just because she has a bigger instrument and it's more round, and when you're trying to throw it around, you're like, where's she at? Is she close to me? What's gonna go on?
Okay.
The instrument's just completely
Right. That's fair because she can't really help that. I mean,
No.
she can't run. If it's coming towards her, where's she going to go,
Yeah.
All right. Well, talking about that, let's get into competition stuff. I did not talk to the first group about competition, so I want to talk to you guys. Talk about the competition life and what it's like to go out there and compete with a band.
I would say it's pretty scary at first, especially if you're a freshman. You don't know what's going to go on. You don't know what you're doing. All you really know is you're going to go out there and perform in a whole bunch of people.
Right.
But I would say after your freshman year, a couple first times, it gets not overwhelming anymore. You know what to do. If you know your sets, you know your flag work, music work, just go out there and perform like it's a Friday night or you're at practice. That's how I put it, I guess.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, no one's going to ever know what you're going to do. As
That's
long
true.
as you know what you're doing, you're pretty good.
There you go. There you go.
I feel like the most stressful thing to me is when awards comes around.
Yes.
And with being seniors, we're up with the drum major
Yes.
receiving the awards.
Yes.
And it's just a stress
Oh, I bet.
on
Yeah.
if you get a certain place or if you get a 1.
Right,
So we
right.
can go to state.
Exactly.
And it's so stressful when you're up there and you're trying not to freak out
Yeah.
while you're getting told what.
Worse when it's cold.
Yes.
Playing in the band while it's cold outside would not be fun because I bet your flags and instruments get cold. Do they not?
do.
Yeah, I would
And
have to
when
think
it's
so.
windy,
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh, I bet for the flags too. That's
Yeah,
awful.
It's hard.
And depending on which way the wind blows, if it's pushing towards us,
Yeah.
like Maisie, the sousaphone player,
Yeah.
it muffles into her sousaphone, the
Oh,
wind,
that's
so
terrible.
Or if it's strong enough, it almost blows her over.
yeah. And if it's coming a certain way sideways,
Yeah.
us flutes, you can't hear us because it's pushing
Oh,
the air back.
That's
out of
awful.
the
Yeah,
mouthpiece.
that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
See, I never knew all these things went into band. This is what the people need to know. That's why we're doing these spotlights. Well, talking about competition, let's talk about the music side of things. What does your preparation look like going into that?
Well, it's a lot of practice outside of school, and after practice, you have to be into it and enjoy it. You can't be here and not enjoy it.
Right.
Because some years we didn't get to do much fun music, but this year's really fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, our first year.
Yeah, first year we had Bach's music, which was
Oh,
J.S.
okay.
Bach.
Okay.
Music that nobody knew.
Yeah.
So it's fun having songs that a lot of people know.
that everybody knows, everybody can get into
Especially
and
for the
get
old
hype.
generations, like when they
Yes.
come, they're like, "What is this?" And then you actually have someone that everyone knows, like,
Right.
especially when you have like a solo or like the band just is stop for a minute and then starts going, like the old people will clap and like will
Yes.
get into it because
Yes.
they know what's going on too.
Right, and that's a lot of fun
Yes.
because that's what you guys like to see. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure that you guys live off of that excitement that happens in the stands while you guys are on the field.
When the crowd is energized, we're pretty energized. But there are parts in our show where it's like you're kind of like, oh, what's this song? Like, this sounds familiar, and then they just pause, and then it hits that one spot that you can tell, and it's like, oh, that's what this is. And I feel like it just gives more energy into it because then you're like, oh yeah, I know what this is.
And I feel like that makes your guys' show fun to watch. You know, you guys are always waiting for that next turn, that next song that's coming up. And for you guys, let's talk about the color guard. How do you guys get ready for competitions?
I would say having many reps, like Zoe said, outside of practice. And like we do a lot of color guard clinics from 6 to 9 because our color guard coach is actually from Columbus.
Okay.
So she don't get out of school until 4:15, and then she comes all the way down here for
Man,
us.
okay.
Yeah, it's really hard, but I feel like she's one of the reasons why we're where we're at now, and especially with the assistant color guard coach, Miss McCoy. They just do a lot for us. We have a lot of outside practice. We have a Google Drive that has all of the videos in it, tons of stuff. And I feel like if you just don't want to do it, you're not going to get into it, not know your stuff, not be happy, energized with the audience.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just what Connor said. As long as you practice outside of our actual practices, you'll be just fine. It's just that you have to have the confidence to do it. I feel like that's a problem with a lot of our freshmen. They're so new to it that they're worried. They don't have the confidence about it. There are some that do. They know what they're doing, and even if they know what they're doing, sometimes they're like, this doesn't seem right. But it's just, you need to be confident in it, because if you're confident in what you're doing, the crowd isn't going to know what's wrong or right, because they're not the ones doing it.
Absolutely,
They don't know what you're supposed to be doing.
You have no idea what next step you're supposed to be on. Like, we have no clue.
And I feel like it brings back to the scare factor, because a lot of the time when we're at competitions, they perform in random orders, but there's a bunch of different classes, and we're Class B, which is one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
But then you go and you see Class A bands, and there's hundreds of them out on field, and they're all doing perfect, and they look so good. So then it turns onto them, and they're like, man, what do we look like compared to this?
Right.
But it's just you have to have the confidence to do it. That's the main point of it.
Yeah, and I would think that, from talking to you guys, I would say that that's one of the biggest things that personally I didn't realize that you guys had to have. Because, we were talking with my last group, I had the woodwinds, and they were like, yeah, if we do not hit our note right, it screeches so bad, and it is embarrassing. So I would definitely say that confidence is a huge part for you guys. Now, my final question for you guys is, what's something that you're looking to see come out of this season as your final senior season?
Probably a 1 at state. For the past 4 years, we haven't, and more people coming into the band after our year. I think we've only got a 2 at state my past 3 years. So getting a 1 at state senior year would be absolutely amazing. But also, we're in that point in Riverview's time where the band is kind of dwindling. There's not really that many people in it. I would love to see a bunch more people just start coming in and joining the band. And if you're kind of iffy about it, they're allowed to come in for the first few weeks to just try it out, see what it's like. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that because they're like, oh, well, I wouldn't be good at it. I'm not going to understand anything. But that's how, I was, especially, because I wasn't here when we could have been Band-Aids. I didn't know anything going into this. So it was first time there, I have no idea what I'm doing. But now it's senior year. It's now I know. It's just you need to be willing to learn how to do it, and you can't give up, because it does get hard. It gets really difficult sometimes, and sometimes you're definitely going to want to give up.
Right.
But you can't do that.
Yeah.
Because then you're just quitting.
Exactly.
And then you're other people start getting doubtful because they're like, I don't know anymore. You can't quit. You just have to have the confidence.
Absolutely. Very well said.
I'll go with Ashley, too, getting a 1 at state. We were really close last year. I think we were 0.1 away from getting.
0.01.
Yeah, from getting a 1. So I think that's what half of the seniors are trying to root for this year, is just doing better than the past 3 years, trying to get these freshmen, sophomores, and lower classmen to be like, oh, this is actually fun. We should recruit our friends. Like, it should be more than just a small band.
Right.
Like, this is actually fun. This is what I should give up my time instead of doing nothing.
Right.
I feel like this is, like, because it is fun. Yes, it's a lot of stuff, and it is a lot of time to be here at the school for more than 8 hours a day. But like on the Friday nights for football games, the bus rides are amazing.
Right.
You just holler out the window and a semi will honk the horn. Like it's cool. So like
8 teams.
Yeah, we were at a competition. I think we were going to Zanesville, and I woke up from the bus and I seen a whole bunch of semis, and we just started waving our hands, and there were just random cars and semis blowing their horns and just cheering for us. So it's like the small moments is like, this is what I want to do at my time before I graduate high school.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what.
After you put in the effort for it and all this stuff, it gets so much easier, because it's like when we went to Zanesville for our competition, we were pulling in and there was a band walking past us. We were just screaming out the window, "Call me maybe," like just the entire time.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
I also agree with them. Getting a 1 at state would be so amazing. And yeah, even if we get a 1 at our last competition, to get to state, it's going to be so awesome. That feeling is amazing.
Yeah.
Because last year, it was our last competition, really late at night. Half of us were really tired. And they announced our name that we're going to state, and all of us cheered so loud.
That's awesome.
And so hopefully we get a 1 at state.
Hopefully you get that again. I mean, I'm rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you guys.
And I have a lot more courage in this year's band than I have in I've had courage, but not as much as I trust this band this year.
Yeah.
And everyone's so enthusiastic with it, and I just am so thankful for this band and all the freshmen, sophomores, first-year members in general. And I am so thankful for this year.
Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope to see you guys get that 1 at state. We will be cheering you on. And so good luck on the rest of the band season, guys.
Thank you.
We are McWane, Ductile, Ohio, and we are right here. As an Iron Strong community partner, we are proud to be involved alongside you, your family, and your neighbors. We create jobs and deeply believe in supporting groups across the community. Through action and philanthropy, we champion those around us, because that's who we are. And above all, we help build the infrastructure that brings safe, clean water. Right here, right to you.
This is Natalie Holbrook. I'm back, joined here by Keith Watson, the band director. Keith, how are you doing today?
I'm having a great day trying to drive our kids into our band show this weekend.
Yeah, let's start talking about that competition. You got it coming up on Saturday. Who's all going to be here and what time?
We start at 11 a.m. If you want to get here a little earlier than that, there are some band students that are in the choir that are going to sing the national anthem at 10:50. And then we start off at 11 o'clock, and we start off with Shenandoah.
Okay.
In the Class C, we have Shenandoah, and we have Claymont, and we have Coshocton. And then after Coshocton, we go to Class B with Meadowbrook and Ridgewood. Then we give you some time to eat, and you get a 45-minute break for the concession stands to do their thing. And then we come back with New Philly in Class A, and Delaware Hayes in Class AA, and then Riverview in Exhibition. Even though we're Class B, we're still in Exhibition, and we finish off the show. Awards are at 2 o'clock, so if you come in here about 10:30, you can plan on leaving by about 2:30.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, a question that I have for you, I was thinking about this earlier, thinking about your competition you guys have coming up. These are what these band kids look forward to. I mean, they love competitions. But I was like, the band director has to look forward to these competitions too, because this is what you're putting the work in for this season. So are you excited for Saturday? What's it feel like going into Saturday?
It's exciting and nervous. We haven't qualified for state yet, and that's kind of the expectation that we qualify. And of course, you'd always want to get the 1 at state if that's a possibility for your group. But going into it, you're going, okay, we can qualify at our show, and we always look at it like that's the ticket to the dance.
Yep.
And then if we have the next weekend, we'll have 2 more shows. If we can qualify at one of those, then that's securing that and saying, yes, we deserve that.
Right.
In this day and age, we don't select any of our judges for these shows. And back in the day, we used to recruit and just find the people that were on the list and try to find people that were close by so we didn't have to pay a lot of mileage. And nowadays, it's OMEA, Ohio Music Education Association, provides us with judges, and of course we still pay them mileage, but the judges that we've had in the last couple of years, they could be a state marching band panel. They've been really good.
Right.
Matter of fact, one of our people that we have on the panel, our head judge, is just a recent displaced OMEA official.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, he's a super great guy,
Yeah.
easy to work with, but he's one of the guys that's going to tell us yay or nay.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's exciting and nervous.
Absolutely. I would agree with that, and I could see that. Now, talking about your guys' show this year, something I want to talk about is, a show may just be a show for people to watch, but a lot of thought goes into it, for you. So what thought process went into this year's show?
Well, we have used the same arranger for almost 20 years. His name is Shane Kelbley. And what I usually do, you can have him custom arrange. And what I normally do is say, what are some recent shows that you've done so we can get the one-off benefit of not having a truly custom arrangement just for our group.
Right.
He'll adjust it for us. He'll change the soloists and all that. But I usually go to him and he gives me 3 or 4 to start with. Well, this year when he gave me 3, there was this one called We're Not Going to Take It.
Yeah.
And I thought, that is not us, but that could be really fun.
Right.
Usually we do something more like classical music or conservative if it is pop. So anyway, I thought it would be a fun one. And it uses some music from Radiohead and from Linkin Park. And then, of course, they say Dee Snider when it goes to your official name, but it's Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
And We're Not Going to Take It. So we're excited to do something a little bit different for us.
Yeah, and I've been out here, on the sidelines for the football season. I saw you guys perform. I'm pretty sure I've at least saw you perform 2 of those songs, if I could be correct. And it looks great, and I was talking to the kids, and they're so excited to perform it because they're like, people need to get out and see the show because people know the music in this show.
They do, and you talk about people. I was talking to some teachers, and they're probably 10 years younger than me, and they're like, oh, and they had related to, one of the middle songs.
Yeah.
I relate to Twisted Sister because that's when I was a younger person. And so hopefully there's a little bit of, 10 to 15 years apart for each of these songs that can give them some relatability to our audience.
Yeah, and I think that's so cool. I mean, I think that that's something special that not every show, has.
Yeah.
Talking about the kids that you have in the band this year, how many do you got? What's it been like so far this season?
We have 42. We started off with a little bit more in early camps, and then, of course, we lost a handful of them. But we have 42 is what we leveled out at, and 5 of those students are seniors. We have a couple guard kids, and then we have a saxophone player and a clarinet player, and we have a flute player. So we have a flute, sax, and clarinet, and then we have 2 color guard people. So that means that some of our other sections are pretty young.
Yeah.
It's a fun group to work with. When I come into work every day, it's enjoyable.
I would say
and
that's
I know
good.
That not every person that goes into their job may like it, but it's enjoyable, and they're working really hard. And I know that we have times where I go, come on, we need more. But all in all, when it comes down to it, they're just a super good group of kids.
Yeah, they seemed fun to talk to.
Yeah.
I mean, I was standing out here before you had got over here, and I was talking to all the kids, and they're just a good group of kids.
They are. If you want a good group of kids, always find your athletes and your musicians, and those kids that are donating their time and volunteering to do the programs that are either athletic or music.
I agree.
And it's a lot of fun.
I was just telling them, I said in one of the interviews, I was like, hey, I always made sure to be friends with the band people in high school. You know why? Because they were the funnest people to hang out with.
They are.
You guys have the best energy. Yeah. You're happy, you're uplifting, and you're always just got that school spirit. So talking about that spirit, what does the community, them bringing that spirit to the shows, what does that do for you guys?
I'll tell you what, at Zanesville last week, we had a nice following. And I didn't even recognize it in real time as much as I did when I watched the recording of it. Our parents or whoever was cheering for us was really cheering us on. And that group was really integral to they're just a big part of what we do.
Yeah.
Because then the students respond to that.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it started on Friday night of last weekend. We had not only good crowd participation, but Tri-Valley's band kind of sat sideline and cheered on our students, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So just when you get other bands, and of course you're at a show that people came to watch bands, the contest setting is usually a little quieter than a football game, but it's kind of what we practice for.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, going into the rest of this season, what are you looking to get out? What's a goal that you have in mind for these kids or even for yourself?
Yeah, obviously we want to qualify. That's, like I said, that's kind of the expectation. And theoretically, everybody that competes could qualify. What I'd like to see them do is I'd like to see them achieve at a higher level than they've ever done before. And whether that means a 1 rating or whether that means a higher score, just to go, man, if I push just a little bit more, and hopefully that's something that they can carry into their lives and say, oh, wow, I'm an employer at whatever community place, and they can say that really what applied to band applies to work.
Right.
And so we want to leave with them a good work ethic. But overall, our main goal, really, why they signed up, is to have fun and enjoy it.
Yes.
And we always say, that you work hard so you can get better, and when you get better, it's going to be more fun. Then you want to work harder to get even better.
Right.
And it kind of cycles through.
Yeah.
But that's the whole goal, is we want them to end with the best possible package of a show that they can do.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
and have fun on the way.
Right, because that's what it's all about. And I'm sure even looking out at these kids practicing right now, they always seem like they're having fun. They have a smile on their face. They're joking around. I mean, you told them to run a lap. Now, if you would have told me to run a lap, I would have been mad. Okay,
Right.
I wouldn't have been running that lap. But they turned it into a race, and they
They
were having a
expect it.
blast with it. Yeah. So, well, Mr. Watson, thank you so much for your time.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for letting us talk to your kids, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Thanks for coming out, and hopefully,
Absolutely.
if anybody's watching this, they can say, 11 a.m. at Riverview, I can do that.
Yes, come out to the
Admission,
competition.
I'll tell them this too. Admission is $8 for adults.
Okay.
And it's $5 for students that are ages 18 down to 5.
Yeah.
And then 4 and under, we don't charge admission for. Programs included in the price of admission, and concessions are open from 9:30 in the morning until a little bit after awards.
Sounds good. You heard it here, folks. Come out to Riverview. Enjoy the band show they're having here on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much. This was Natalie Holbrook reporting for Claxon Sports.